www.sporthotpicks.com. I'm your host, Tommy School, and we're happy to have you here with us today. Some really great things have happened over the last few days, and we have seen some great numbers coming in as we have been absolutely crushing it lately. I'd like to say crushing it out of the ballpark, but there was only 3 games yesterday, and not a lot going on. I'm actually watching some of the highlights from the Angels game over my shoulder there. Anyway, let's get right into it as we look at what happened yesterday in NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball. So starting off right now with the NBA, straight up, the favorites went 1-1, and against the spread they went 1-1, and the unders went 1-1. So the Suns as a favorite beat the Nuggets, and the Nets as an underdog without Harden end up winning decisively last night. So pretty exciting betting there. Against the spread, home teams got 25 wins and away teams have 22 wins. Overall, straight up, the favorites are 32-15 at a 68.09%. Against the spread, the favorites are 30-17 at 63.83%, which is phenomenal for favorites covering in the playoffs. Over-unders, the overs are at 25-21 at 46, total of 46, 54.35%, and there's a push in there. NHL last night, over the dogs and the favorites split 1-1. Over under split 1-1. Islanders at a plus 165. They won outright, and the Canadians minus 145 swept the series and will be waiting in the wings for their next round. Home wins are 32, and the team winning on the road are 29. So far in the playoffs, the favorites have 32 wins, 27 losses for a 54.24%. 3 games in it as a pick'em. And then the unders are still in the lead now at 32-29 at 52.46%. Yesterday we talked about it, only 3 games in Major League Baseball, but the favorites went 3-0 and the overs went 2-1. Red Sox minus 195 beat the Marlins. Angels at a minus 150 beat the Royals. And the Padres minus 110 beat the Cubs as they went 3-0. Favorites overall on the season, 483-370, 56.62%. And the unders took the lead, still have the lead, just barely, 427-426 at a 50.06%. www.sporthotpicks.com doing our review of our picks from yesterday. Yesterday we went 5-1 in our paid picks. We had Porter Jr. under 28.5 points, rebounds, assists. Got that one. The Joker under 48.5 points, rebounds, assists. Hit that one. Kyrie Irving under 6.5 assists. He only had 6, so we hit that one. We missed on the Marlins plus 1.5 against the Red Sox. We got the Islanders plus 1.5. They won outright, as we talked before. And the Island Bruins went over 5.5, and that was an easy one. And that ended up at 9. So needless to say, that cashed really well, as that was a plus 138 in some books out there. Our Miss the Cut segment. www.sporthotpicks.com. The reason for the Miss the Cut is that we feel that these are picks that need to be discussed by our team of professionals, both in NBA, NHL, MLB. We also have pros that specifically work in NCAA football, NCAA basketball, WNBA, and horses as well on the major horse races out there. So needless to say, our Miss the Cut segment yesterday went 2 wins, 3 losses. We were at 49.36% on our Miss the Cut segment. But again, these are ones that we leave out on purpose because we are looking to put out our best paid picks for you each day. And these ones, they might lead you one way or another, or get you on something that you didn't think about but you might have had in the back of your mind, or get you off of something and that type of stuff. So real quick, going over the NBA, we got this, and we don't go into major details on this. We just want to get you the numbers, give you an idea, help save your time. We don't need to do all the breakdowns and everything else. We have algorithms. We have over 70 years of professional experience. We know what we're doing. We consistently are hitting over 60%, which is where you need to be as a professional sports wagerer to really be profitable in this business. Honestly, 52.3% is making it in a minus 110. However, if you're betting baseball, here's your moment of education. If you're betting on baseball and you're doing, say, minus 200, you got to be hitting at 67% to break even, or a little bit of profit. So 67% if you're betting teams at minus 200 or more. Now, if you're betting at minus 135, you have to be at 57.45%. So when you're thinking about that and picking winners, and you're only going off of the favorites, if you're not at 67% if you're on those minus 200s, or at 57.45% at the minus 135, you're losing, even though you still may be over the 52.3% that we talk about all the time. So needless to say, at the flip end of that, if you're at a plus 120, let's say, and you got a dog, and that dog comes through on a regular basis, you only have to be at 45.45% to be profitable. So that's a little trick about betting baseball and that type of stuff, is that the favorites, you got to be on it, and you have to hit them. The dogs, if their money's right, you can miss at 60% or 55% type of thing and still become extremely profitable in the business. Now, here's our Miss the Cuts. www.sporthotpicks.com. $9.99 gets every single one of our picks. Average about 5 cents per pick when you're said and done with it. But most importantly, you get all the information, and we teach you on how to use our system to go from $300 at a $10 per bet unit all the way up to where we're currently demonstrating at a $5,900 bankroll at a $256 unit bet. All right, so NBA, we got the Hawks +6 in tonight's game. There's a lot of line movement there, and we like the over 224.5. The Clippers, we like the Clippers +4.5 against the Jazz, but we also like the under 221.5 in that game there. In the NHL, we don't want to call ourselves homers, although we think that the Avs are going to win here tonight. We just don't like the line there, and the way the Knights have been playing, we're not sure how much of home ice advantage is going to come into play tonight, as the Avs are hosting the Golden Knights. So we put the Avs on the money line as a miss the cut. Major League Baseball, we like the Red Sox to continue their hot winning streaks. They're on a 5-game win streak right now. They got the red hot Astros coming in, so you can get some plus money there. And that's one of those ones that we're talking about. We're being at 45% on picking the underdogs. Could be a nice win there, especially at home. The Brew Crew, we look at them to continue their win streak. And somebody breaking their losing streak, as you can see up here on the screen, we are looking at the Yankees to break their losing streak against the Twins. Not only is you would think, well, they've lost so much, it's time to pick the Yankees. But when you look at the algorithms and the math behind it, the trends with the Yankees Twins, the Yankees have a decisive edge in those ones there. www.sporthotpicks.com. We talked about the odds in baseball and where you need to be if you're at minus 200 at 67%, minus 135 at 57.45%, and if you're betting the dogs at a plus 120, you only have to be hitting at 45.45%. So now with that being said, we bring you our free pick of the day, and that does come from baseball, which means we have 8 paid picks for you today on our site, where you can definitely cash in. And like yesterday, we went 5-1. 2 days before that, 6-1. The day before that, we went 4-4. So we're doing what we need to be doing to get to that 60% to really help you become extremely profitable. And overall, so far in the month of June, we are at 56.6%. We also put out every single one of our picks before 1 hour after the start of each of the games, which means you can see and verify that we are doing what we say we're doing out there. We don't say that we dropped a bet and provided it and then claim a winner that might be a long shot. We actually put it out there so that you could see it. That's how confident we are in our picks. So, with that being said, getting into our free pick of the day, it is in baseball, and we are looking at the over/under and taking the money line. We're taking the money line with the Brew Crew. We already talked about that to continue the losing streak. We talked about it in Missed the Cut, but we actually moved it into our free pick. Brew Crew, money line today. We're making wagers and cash and wager. We'll see you again tomorrow.